We launched creator monetization 1.5 months ago. Let's check some of the best games you've made. You've created astonishing 20,500 games, and by you, we mean 3,765 creators worldwide. Also, your games are better than ever. Our data team shared that average playtime has already increased over 20% and retention almost 50%. Rock Tycoon Idol had the longest #1 streak on top charts. Easy Obby got the most likes, 12,311. And you earned already $30,000 via engagement-based payouts. And now you have the chance to earn more in the $100,000 competition that will run until September 15th. Download HypeHype and make your dream game.
What is happening, Hypesters? Welcome back to the HypeHype Live. I am Shogun. With me today on this side, I got it right, is Kevin.
Hello.
What's up, man?
Hello. Good to see you. Good to be here. Looking forward to this one. New show for us each month. So, yeah, it's going to be a good one. We're going to go through the charts and stuff and have a look what's kicking off in the HypeHype Top 100 this week. So, yeah, we shall be playing some cool games as well. So, overall, hello. Welcome, everybody in the chat. I can see a bunch of people in there. Way too many names to mention, but PT's here. Nuke, Riley, AJ, Indian Marker, Tara, and many more. Hello. What is up? Happy Thursday to you all.
Indeed. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, it's going to be good. So I reckon we should just kick straight
Let's jump
off
right
here.
into it.
And we're going to after you.
We're going to start out. We're going to take a look here at the top 10 in the top charts. I think we're not necessarily going to play all 10 of these games because that could take the whole hour. But we're going to peruse what is in the top 10, talk a little bit about these games, maybe check out one or two of them. And then we are going to go into a random game selection from the full list of 100. We will be randomly selecting games to play.
Yeah, so we're going to look at each one of these games, have a brief look at each one in terms of how they're doing their screenshots or their icons or whatever we're calling those screenshots, I guess. Look through the top 10, as Shogun said, and we're going to do one of these at the last stream of each month for the next couple of months at least. And we'll be able to see who are the movers and shakers, what's going up, what's going down, maybe identify some trends that are happening within the platform, and hopefully give you some insights of exactly what to build and some ideas on what you could build or stuff like that. So let's go through it. And obviously I'll start with number 1 with Trials Obby, which is a firm favorite of ours here today. Indeed. I guess I was just about to say, should we do that so we can see a little preview? So Trials-based motorbike game, been number 1 for quite a while now. Looks like it's had some good updates since I last played it. Some cool new tracks there. But obviously doing really well. And one of the better versions of this type of game I think I've ever seen on any platform, to be honest. The controls are really nice on this game. Really nice aesthetic. So yeah, I guess it would be interesting to think. You do have car versions of this type of game, don't you, Shogun? Shogun. That was a really weird way of speaking. English is hard, apparently. But yeah, so Shogun. Could you do like a car version, do you think?
There's certainly like kind of this style of games with cars. I of course I have a long history with this particular style of motorcycle game, so I would make it with a motorcycle personally.
Yeah, I was just thinking about, so when we're looking at these, I like to think of how can we put our own twist on games that are doing well? Because obviously we don't want to copy it verbatim, because we always want to add a unique twist or a unique spin, make it your own, to make yourself stand out and have your own product that's really clearly defined by your version of it. So whilst we have the remixing feature, of course, it's always important to make sure that you're putting your own spin on thing and take the essence of what you like about these games. And for that reason, that's why I was thinking naturally the obvious thing here would be to add a different vehicle.
Sure.
So I was thinking more like carts or buggies or something like that. But obviously the motorbikes clearly work well. That's a really great skin, that as well. I was just seen on the preview there.
Yeah, I didn't
Um,
realize you even had skins in this game. What do I
right,
get
yeah, or
skins?
did I? So yeah, overall, I think that's the way you should start looking at these sort of games. See how you can make it your own. So let's have a look at some of these skins then. So you've got different wheels and different engine bodies or whatever, as well as characters. Oh, that's cool. I like
covered in money.
Yeah, I like that. That's really clever. So yeah, in the chat, if you got any ideas or suggestions, we love to hear them today. We're just this is very conversational stream, just like our playing game streams are, rather than the help desk where Shogun teaches you all cool stuff you can do. These about this is really for us to get to know each other and say hello and stuff. So any ideas in the chat how you would change a game like this, currently number 1? I would love to hear some ideas in that chat right now.
Well, I broke it.
Oh yeah, you did break it. I think the wheels are on the wrong way there, aren't they?
Oh, I gotta buy that. That's why these cost money.
Oh, okay.
So you can't equip the. Yeah, you can only change the color for free.
PT says you created a monster truck version at some point, if he's not mistaken.
I started to. I was trying to make a monster truck game because my son was really into monster trucks.
Oh, okay.
And so I kind of built the monster truck, and I was starting to build this type of obstacle course for it.
Okay.
But then something happened to that monster truck, and all the physics on it are broken. So I've kind of for now it's been abandoned. Maybe I'll come back to it at some point.
Okay, but yeah, that's the kind of route where I was going. I think that's kind of good fun. Maybe add some mini challenges like finishing a track without losing to unlock a new skin. Yeah, I think that's a good way to go, PT, as well. It's like look at the core loop and see how you can add value on those sort of things. We spoke about this when we played it before previously on a stream about time trials and special bonuses and stuff.
Yeah, I do remember that was kind of like my feedback last time we played this, was that I would really like to have see my time for each of these obstacles.
Yeah.
Like how fast am I?
Now, I saw you, just before we move on, because I guess we're going to have to go a little bit sharpish today.
Yeah, I think we need to go a little quicker.
Yeah. In terms of the levels, I saw there was a level selector. Can you replay the levels here?
So yeah, I believe I can go here and I can go back.
Right, even more reason to add a 3-star system and your time or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that would work really well for these types of games, and it's only relevant if you can replay the levels, because if you can't replay them, then the 2-star is just annoying that you did a 2-star on your first go.
What is this now? There is some sort of...
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like there's some timer.
There is a time thing. Oh, awesome.
There we go.
Good job, Fusion.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, very nice. And I really appreciate the different level design here. I think you're really leaning into it. It's super fun and great. So good job. All right. Yeah, so... ooh,
there we go. Yeah, that's nice. So you have to switch to that mode, though. By default, it's not on.
Oh, okay.
I'm not entirely sure how did I get there. Oh, it was here. So you turn off the time mode at the top there.
Right, I would definitely put some words there to make that more obvious.
Yeah.
It's always important when you add new stuff that it's really clear to the user that they can do it. Otherwise, you're it might be obvious to you, but it's better to have a belts and braces approach and make it really obvious. And sometimes when you add stuff like that, you might need to redesign the UI a little bit, which you kind of feel a bit overwhelming and a lot of work, but really nice addition there.
One thing I've learned in my 15 years in the game industry is that every great idea is stuck behind UI work.
Right.
It's just like, yeah, that's a really cool idea, but we would have to redesign the UI in the entire game to make it happen, so it's not happening.
Yeah. No,
I've
well,
heard
that's
that
kind of
quite a few
where.
times.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going from, which is coming from. It's just like it can be overwhelming because it's just like, oh wow, how are we going to fit that in? That's a total redesign. But sometimes, especially early on in your game development, is try and future proof some of this sort of stuff. To think, oh, maybe one day I might want to add this, so maybe I'll leave a space here or something that
Right.
is slightly compromised potentially at the start. But if you know you're going to add it, try and plan for it. Anyway, so that was number one. We can gush about that game. It's rightfully at the top in my opinion. It's really nice. Number two, we have Grower Monster.
Grow Monster, I believe we've also played here before. We can see I've already got a pretty large monster.
Yeah, and you now have a fart available, which is always good to see. The growing type mechanic of this game is really kind of fun, really easy to see the progress in these types of games. I think, again, there's a lot of scope here for different versions and different types of themes for this type of game, which could be really fun. And yeah, really, really kind of not memey, but kind of just a real light-hearted type game. This one doesn't take itself too seriously, which I think is really, really quite nice.
Yeah, it's pretty goofy game.
Yeah, pretty goofy. That's a great way of putting it. I just want to make sure I'm not missing the chat here. Can you add PvP mode on multiplayer? Okay, well maybe that's a question for the Discord. I'm not sure what's in the works for that, Vagabond, but no doubt that will be coming in the future at some point. Okay.
You can do PvP.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to like check out the multiplayer nodes. Learn
Yeah,
how.
so it's up to 8 people, isn't it?
What's that?
It's up to 8 people PvP.
Up to 8 people you can have in one session. Yeah. There's right now, particularly since we're in early access, people might be really far apart. You might have some sync issues.
Right.
With like that type of multiplayer that like kind of really everybody needs to be on the same page. Our servers are not super fast at the moment, and they are in one part of the world. So if you live far away from that part of the world, it might be a little slow. So I think that's probably why you don't see a lot of games like that, even though it is possible. It's a little bit of a rough experience at the moment.
Yes. Yeah. Thanks for correcting me. That's absolutely true. So yeah, I think it's you can do it. It's just obviously as the platform grows and there's typically more users geographically, that will become.
Right.
I can see that being a massive selling point actually. For I think it's very cool to have real time multiplayer.
For sure.
I really love in the background here we have like I think they're lions or wolves or something. You're just coming up to them now.
Oh yeah.
The animation on that is really good.
That's nice. They're fast too. Like you can.
Yeah, they're good.
You gotta chase them.
So it looks really, really alive. This game, doesn't it? It really feels like you're in the universe, which is real nice. So that's really good to see.
These guys have.
So is anyone in the chat? Do let us know if you played these ones, if you like these games. We really want to hear your points of view. And yeah. So that's number 2. I always forget the names immediately. That is something about
Grow a monster.
Grow a
Bonzo.
Yeah.
Can I just swipe here? Is this? Yeah, easy Obby. That's 3.
Okay, so we see plenty of Obby on the platform right now. A lot of variations of very similar games, but people tend to love them. I don't know what to say about these sort of games. I think they're really nice, and ultimately, it doesn't really matter what we think because the market will decide on which games they want to play. I think for me, I would love to see something a little bit more unique from the Obby games. I think the low-hanging fruit on these types of games is covered. I don't think increased quality will particularly set you apart from anybody else here.
No, I think this
Um,
genre is not heavily concerned with like super polished level design and
exactly.
really pretty visuals.
Right. So people do enjoy playing them though. So I
Definitely.
guess I I don't even know what I'd kind of they're kind of platformers, but I mean they are platformers, I suppose, at the core root. But
Right.
um, I always struggle with the cameras on these ones. We've mentioned that plenty of times. I find it quite confusing of knowing
Sure.
which way to go and stuff.
Hey, there's Noob.
Um,
What up, dude?
so yeah,
One minor annoyance for me that I can just point out right here. So we have like a lot of these rainbow sections, which include red, but we also have red objects that kill you.
right.
So I would not. I know that it's supposed to be a rainbow and red is part of the rainbow, but I would remove red from these rainbow sections because it really does look like, oh, now I can't jump here because that's going to kill me, but it's not going to.
Yeah, and that's kind of game design 101 here. When we're looking to make levels in our games, you want to have a really clear color system or a really clear way of defining what is good and what is bad. So typically, red is bad, green is good, or two different combinations of the colors. And I agree with Shogun. It's a great shout because on those ones, red kills us, but on the other ones, they don't, and that is inherently confusing for people. Even though there's slightly different shades, for this one here, there should be no way past these first two bits, which are both red and orange. So that's always worth remembering. Try and keep it really clear for your players what is good and what is bad, and what can kill you and what can't. All right. Let's just see on the chat here. I think with this game, the use of color could use a bit more thinking, as in, exactly what you just said. So Von is echoing exactly what you just said,
Nice.
Shogun.
Really quickly, over on TikTok, I see Sea of Thieves asking some editor questions, spamming it. Sorry, it's not going to help. I would suggest you head on over to the Discord if you can. Join our Discord, go to the Get Help channel, ask some help there. If not, if you don't want to be on Discord, we do have another way to ask for help in the app. You can also come next week. I will be here in the editor answering questions, and I can try and help you out with that. But just to let you know, the short answer is, well, the animations, we just have preset animations now, so you just go to the asset library and search for animations. And then the grow thing, like that's some logic you would have to build into it. So, yeah, let's move on.
Yeah. So the better answer is, and I will promote Shogun more. Join us next week, or not us, but join Shogun next week for the HypeHype help desk, and you can ask him live and get actual help, and he can go through that specifically for you then. So join this time next week and ask your question then, and you can get a real comprehensive answer on that one. All right, let's move on. So we have, which is a weird one for me. This is, and I can't see the name so good here, so I'm going to pull mine up. This is Goofy R.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it is very common for us to get asked, what type of game should I make? What's going to do well? This is a soundboard, and quite honestly, it's got a kick back to 2013 for me, when the first App Store released back on when the iPhone came out, which is kind of, we saw a lot of these, but I would never have guessed in 100 years that we'd see a soundboard in the top 10 at the moment. It is what it is, really.
Yep.
Borderline a game.
Right.
I don't think it would be classified in the games category, really. But that doesn't take away anything for it. So kudos.
No. We got 18
yeah.
level 18 engagement rating. Like that's people are using it a lot.
Yeah. I don't know what for. Maybe just for, I don't know.
Right.
I'm way out of my lane here. I'm not sure the fascination. I think it was good fun for like a minute for me.
Sure.
And then it's like, yeah, I'm done with it. But yeah, what do you guys think about a soundboard like this.
Yeah, and I think one thing to note is like we kind of already talked about. You never know what's going to pop off, and if like this is a Hamu creation, Hamu has created some really great games in HypeHype. Like he's a very talented dude. Has created some really awesome stuff, and yet like right now, like by a decent margin, his most popular creation is this soundboard. So you never know what's going to hit it off. If you got an idea, try it out.
Yeah, that is really the biggest takeaway. And yeah, when you look at the portfolio, I agree. There's some absolutely knockout games here, and it's I don't know, it's not ironic or I don't know the word I'm trying to look for, but it's almost disappointing that the top one here that's popped off is the arguably the most simplest of them all, which is barely a game. So yeah, as Shogun says, try it, test it out, see what happens. You just never know what's going to stick. And the beauty of building in HypeHype is relatively fast in terms of generic game development. So honestly, just if you got an idea, throw it out there. Don't be shy. You just never know. But yeah, so yeah, top number 4, that one at the moment.
Yep.
Money Tycoon Idol. It's a game that we played a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I think last time we played this.
Yeah, big fans of this one. Some great work here where you go around and build various things. These tend to do quite well on the platform, the Arcade Idol games. We've seen a good few. I'm quite a fan of these ones as well. And plenty of scope here to use different themes. This one's goes quite in depth, doesn't it? What is that yellow thing in the middle there? That's new.
This thing, it was a it was like some sort of collector management
thing.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it does here. It says I can cool my collectors. I don't know what that does.
Right, we'd have to play through that. And I can just see a racetrack up there, Shogun. Because we can get in the cars we discovered last week. So there's a little racetrack here. Look at that. He's in. All right. Did he just run in the car? No, I was going to say that would be super cool. Okay. So yeah, massively creative, this one. Really, really good to see this one doing well. Is someone chasing
Ninja running backwards.
All right. Okay.
This would be nice. It would be nice when you're in the car here if the camera stayed behind.
Followed, yeah.
The car, it's a little.
Really good fun, this one.
This is great, yeah.
You've got an intro there. Very nice. Good stuff. So yeah, Money Tycoon Idol. If you haven't done already, go check this one out. A really quite an accomplished game here. There's a lot of game systems been built. So yeah, we highly recommend that. Questions come in from PT. If you have older games that are much more popular than your recently published games, should you create something similar to those or keep experimenting with new gameplay ideas? Well,
that's a question. I think it's kind of up to you and what you want to do. You know, like if your goal is to make games that are popular, that are hopefully going to make you some revenue, and you have a game that's doing well, I would say, you know, put a little more love into that game. Like try and make it better. Try and figure out what people like about it. Give it more of that. Find out whatever flaws it has. Try and get rid of those. You know, but if you just want to make games, you want to try out new stuff, then go for it. Try out new stuff. Like sooner or later, something probably will do something for you, and maybe you'll get an idea that you want to develop further, and then you do that.
Yeah, that's good advice. I think as solo developers, it's always a balance between managing your time on projects, and we've all got 100 ideas that we'd love to try out. I always say you follow your passion and follow what fires you up the most.
Yeah.
If you're, as Shogun says, you can't ignore the money side of things here. So if you're looking to do revenue and you see something doing well, you should potentially double down on the one that's potentially going to earn you the most money. But if you just enjoying different games, building different things, then you should do that. I think there's a balance. I kind of, if you were to put me on the spot, it'd be like, all right, well, I'm going to spend a week improving this one, then I'm going to give myself a break. Then I'm going to have a few days of trying out this new prototype and throw that out there, and then sort of juggle between the two. Um, the danger there is that you do a kind of an average job on both. So maybe think about, okay, this week I'm going to work on this one, and I've got till Friday or whatever to make these changes, and then I'm going to publish it, and then I'm going to put it out there and see if I can get some responses and some feedback on the changes. And yeah, I think do what lights you up. Do whatever lights you up, that gets you up in the morning, that you think, okay, I really love this. And no doubt you can typically see the games that have more love for them in the outcome of the quality and of the product. So yeah, difficult one. It's a very personal thing, but I would batch it out for 3 days here, 4 days there, kind of thing. Okay, is there first person view games? Asks Suro. Yes, there are.
There are some, yeah. It can be a tough thing. You know, we're a mobile platform primarily, and first person on mobile not the easiest.
Tricky to get right. Yeah.
To do, you know, both to play and to create. But yeah, there's a few. I would recommend checking out Parkour City. That's a first person parkour game. Although I think now there is a third person. I don't know if it's forced third person or if you can choose between the first and the third person. But at one point, that was a totally first person game. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think we looked at that one, and the third person view was a little bit cranky, I think. But
yeah, there was something wonky was going on last time we played it, so it might be that game needs some updates. But there's certainly FPS first person, not necessarily shooter, but first person style games. There are some that are shooters as well. But again, it's a difficult thing to get right. And
it's difficult to pull off. But even better, if you can't find what you're looking for, you know, make that change yourself. Be the one to create it. You know, you might be first. You might be first in a really good position there. All right, I'm gonna say, Shogun, I'm gonna push us on because I've been talking way too much. But I think it's good if we have the last 30 minutes to play at least a couple of these games, and we're like on number 5
for
here.
sure. Well, the next one's Rock Tycoon. I don't think we need to play Rock Tycoon. Like, Rock Tycoon's been on this list since the inception of the top charts. It was the original hit game, #1 on the top charts. It was in the video we watched at the beginning of this stream, which I noticed is starting to get a little old now.
Right.
But
nearly 500,000 plays there as well.
Yeah. So yeah, Rock Tycoon, big hit game. But we've seen it. We're not going to jump into there. One jump every second. We've also played this before. This is this one was kind of a weird one for me. Like, this, I don't know. This didn't really do it for me, but it's doing it for somebody.
Right. Yeah, I must admit, it's not. It doesn't do anything for me either. But it doesn't matter what we think, and this is the beauty of it. You know, people obviously love playing it. It's very Obby-esque in its look and its kind of mechanics here. Well, that looked pretty cool though. So yeah, go check it out if you want to play that one. That is jump every second. +1 jump every second. Let's go on to the next one, which is Hype Fruits Adventure. Very similar to a Roblox title, this one. That's something it's worth mentioning, that the audience is very aligned with the Roblox type audience right now. I think that will, once we age up a little bit, that will change. But this is a really nicely built game, super fun with loads to do, mini adventure type game, lots of quests and tasks to do. I kind of like this one, surprisingly. It's not the game I would typically enjoy playing, but the fighting's really good fun on this, some really nice effects, lots of looting and stuff.
Is this, speaking of PvP, is this PvP in this game, or is it PvE?
It's PvE as far as I know.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely a one-player game. As far as I know, I mean, it might have changed since, but yeah.
I can't hit that guy.
Super fun little adventure game. So go and check that one out. Another Obby game for number 9, which is Skate Obby.
Oh, I like this one.
I like. Oh, I love that track with the money there. Shogun's obviously skillful there, dying immediately. But yeah, I love this money track. So some really creative work here. I think that's really nice. And again, for me, whilst I made it quite clear that I'm not a massive fan of the Obby games, you can see the innovation brought here. And much like we were talking about with the Trials game, from the motorbike to a monster truck or whatever, they've taken the essence of the Obby game and put them on a skateboard or hoverboard or whatever we're calling it. And these are really fun tracks, by the way. I love those rubber ducks. Very good. So I think this is really a good example of how you can innovate and twist and bring a unique take to a really popular mechanic that's doing well on the platform. Again, you could have roller skates. You could even put this on a motorbike. So think about this when you're looking for new things to build. It's always good to see the top charts to see where the market is going and what's performing well at any given time. And if you like this style of game and you think, oh, I could build one of those, think about how you can change it and make it different, and always be conscious of what you enjoy when playing the game and lean into the fun side of things, and also read the comments as well. Get involved a little bit and see what people are saying. You might get some ideas. Like if you keep saying, oh, I wish you had a really big jump, or I wish I could have this or that, that's obviously a really good indicator that people are asking for something in particular. Last up for this, and we're going to curb it or curtail it at number 10, which is a very unique from what we've seen from the other games in the top 10 this month. Muscle Simulator. So what do you think about this one, Shogun?
This one, oh, what happened there? How am I speed? Oh, I can tap to speed it up. Okay, I see.
Yeah, it's like idle based game, this one.
How do I? What if I want to do another? I can just do one arm. Oh, now he switched on his own. Okay, I see. I was like, I'm working out one arm and the other one's still staying skinny.
Right. Look at that dude. He's got a really skinny arm and a massive fat arm. A very unusual one, this. PT said for the last one, the skateboarding one was a little easier to control since most of the tracks are straightforward. Yeah, I agree on that, PT. Rock Tycoon has a new update. Yeah, it's got a factory update, I believe. I haven't played that yet, so I'm going to be checking that out at some point. We played Rock Tycoon 100 times, but we might cover it again and check out the new update at another time. So this one here,
this is really odd.
It's really weird. Yeah. So what do you say about this? Which I think is, I really like the fact that it is different and is odd. Yeah. And it's at number 10 in the charts. I don't know what to say. Come on, chat, help us out here. What do you think of this type of game? I think the concept's really funny. I love the fact that you have the constant player progression here is really defined, and you can see the actions of the stuff you're doing, which I think is really fun.
That's cool, yeah.
That I just couldn't see me playing this one for some reason, but again, it doesn't matter what I think. So we've got the different We got the different weights. I'm confused on the colors. Is there a color system here?
I
Do they,
believe
like,
I believe yeah, like you have to start with the green stuff, and then once you like build up, you can move to the blue stuff, and then I
so
guess you can move to the red.
blue is body, maybe.
Mm, I think the different things are because it seemed like here when I went to blue, I'm still just doing arms and chest.
Oh yeah, no, I was looking on the UI. They seem to be different colors. I didn't know if that was connected.
But it is still bothering me that I can't like manually switch arms. Like I've just been this one arm is huge and the other arm is, if there's some way to switch that, I don't see it.
Okay.
What else?
PG says, the thing about arcade idle games being so popular is that technically there's no way to lose. Whatever small actions you do, it's rewarding. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I'm a fan of the genre of arcade idle. Remember, idle is just a tap in. Arcade idle is where we run around, similar to what we're doing here in a way.
Yeah, I would say this is. I mean, it's not really. I mean, it is kind of idle because I don't have to push anything and he'll keep going.
Right.
But yeah, if I wanted to go fast, I have to like tap. Then it becomes like a clicker.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is not. I think the thing that like I'm not really vibing with this is like that's not my style of gameplay. Just sitting here tapping the screen.
Yeah, funnily enough, I've been addicted to a few clickers. They kind of like some of the idle games. There's a new fishing idle game that's out at the moment, which is very much a tap around and chill type game. I think if you can get the theme right, and you can, I honestly don't know why this one's doing so well. That's the issue I've got with this one. It's very difficult as a game designer to understand why people like this. So yeah, we're always learning. No one has all the answers, and I'm drawing a blank on this one for me. But I do think the concept's good, and I think they've made it pretty well. All right, so that's the top 10.
It's definitely well made.
Yeah, top 10 on the HypeHype charts. What we're going to do now, we're going to spend the last 20 minutes, and we're going to play 1 or 2 games. And we were going to choose, but we thought just for funsies, we're going to do a random number generator of the top 100. And the top 90 then.
Yeah, I just realized like we just went through the top 10. Like if it gives us a top 10, then it's kind of, we've already done that.
No, I actually understood what you were doing there. What's going on? All right. So, yeah, we are going to choose a random game, or should I say Shogun's awesome new RNG generator here is going to choose us a new game, and we're going to play it for the remainder of the stream. So it's completely random. So we're not picking any of these. Odds on, I've never seen them. But we are going to play today number 39.
39.
All right. So, no, Alu, we might, I think, Alu, we should get you on the stream and you can talk us through the factory update, actually, on the next stream. I think, Shogun.
So
what we got here?
This is a remix of the...
of the muscle
game that we just played.
All right, I'm just going to pull it up here so I can see the name. So this is Prison Muscle. So immediately for me, this seems way more alluring to me. I much prefer the graphics. I much prefer the view going up.
I like the view, yeah.
We have a tap meter on the side, which I think is really kind of smart.
Tap meter's good.
And I think, for me, it looks like there's a natural progression to the game going up. So I think, as we were touching on the remixing side of things here, what a fantastic, absolutely random thing to happen. But this looks like it's way more... This is how you should do a remix. So it's clearly influenced from the first game. However, put them side by side. Obviously, you have the weights and stuff. But the characters are changed. The FOV has changed. all the graphics have changed, and this for me is how you do a remix right. I would say it looks kind of neat. So after poo-pooing that last one, which is doing really well, this version looks like it's way more accomplished to me, which is kind of weird. The stream has gone super laggy for me, so I'm gonna hopefully Shogun can talk through what he's doing in a moment, because all I can see is like 4 pixels.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm just lifting weights into prison.
The characters are looking good though, aren't they? There we go.
The characters look pretty good. And I think just in general, like the theme here is more interesting. It's kind of a little more fun. Oh, I'm seeing here now. Did the other game have these where it showed you what it was going to upgrade? I might have just been overlooking that because, you know, as we tend to do, overlook things in the UI.
Yeah, well, the other thing as well, it has to be said that when we're playing these on the stream, it's amazing how much you miss when we're doing this live on the stream. So if you're looking at these when you're playing at home, it's a lot easier to pick up on that, and you tend to look around a little bit more. For me, this is really way more defined as a concept. And the fact that Shogun just said, oh, maybe we missed it on the other one, whilst the stream, whilst we're doing the stream, that it has got some consequence to it. It probably could have been made clearer that that was a thing within the game. The other one looked really tightly crammed together as well, whereas this one looks like you got a lot more space to breathe overall. And what does he say there? Get big to open the door or something.
Open, yeah, and then we get to go to like the next yard.
Nice, because that gives you the natural progression and a short-term goal to head for, which I think is really good.
Exactly.
I love the fact that we're lifting bricks here. I think some variation in what we're lifting is really nice. The graphics and the palette are really good on this game. So kudos to the maker. I can't see who the maker is. What number was this? 39.
39.
So this was player one. Player one, you were on fire because oh my goodness. So yeah, I was gushing about the Traps game the other week from player one. So yeah, really great work here. This is how you do a remix. Nice.
I need legs. Here we go. Legs.
Very cool indeed. So let us know in the chat, what do we think of this game? I want to hear, let's have what do you call it? Like an arm flex emoji in the chat if you like this one. Love to see that. 39, Hypesy, lots of claps. Nice. Prison Muscle, 12. Definitely game already has a visually multiple levels to progress through. Yeah, exactly. Well done, PT. That's it. That, I don't know, flex emoji. Yeah, exactly. I think it makes a big difference in your game design because you can see visually. Is visual learning here and teaching the player how to play without doing anything whatsoever. The level 5 lock here is really obvious that that's to be opened at some point. The little guard there saying get bigger to unlock it. And it just gives you that guidance to help you through without doing very little at all. Which I think is really nice. Alu is giving it 3 flexes. Good one, Alu. Yeah, we're going to get you on, Alu, I think. I love the fact that we've got these like sandbags here as well. I think the different style of things to lift is a really good move. Makes it slightly more interesting. Do you have to unlock these items here?
It does, yeah. These are locked. I need to work my arms and my chest more before I can do
right,
this.
Yeah, apologies. I can't see that from my view. It's all a bit blurred, so I can't read the UI very well. But I think that's a really solid idea that once you've built up your arms enough, you can then move on to the next one. And it's kind of gives you that thing to work for and grind for, which where the other game we saw, the one that's clearly doing well, seemed random to me. It didn't we were trying to work out if it was color coordinated or what. Still didn't quite understand it, but this is really quite cool. Very nice. So, what do you think, Shogun? We got 15 minutes left. Do you want to keep playing on this one?
I think we can do one more.
Yeah, look, I just want to see if you can run back a little bit. The size of that dude. Look at him.
He's giant.
That is really fun. I'm a big fan of like upping the scale in games. I think it's so much fun. And it really makes it gamey, which I really love. So yeah. Let's get some use out of your RNG app here. So that was 39. It was Prison Muscle from Player One. Congrats for that. And we are on number 13.
All right, moving up the list.
All right, so just outside the top 10. And we are on
Destroy everything. All right. I think we maybe played this before.
I've definitely seen it, but I don't believe I played it. Ooh, super juicy. All right. So, first of all, first impressions for me. Really nice angle of view here. And I'm guessing you can just spin the camera and not turn it.
I can.
Or you can go.
Yeah, I got pretty full control here.
I would love to see some of this a little bit more sort of fixed cameras. I don't know what it is about this, but very juicy. So you're basically trying to bust all the things that are laid out in front of you. These, I want to say statues or objects or whatever.
Right.
And we have the choice of TNT or is that a bazooka?
There's there's two that are not open yet, and then there's a bomb.
Okay, like I said, I can't read the screen very well, so I will refrain from even.
But we also have a new area here. I see in the background. Can we go here?
Nice. Okay, so like super juicy game in this one with obviously a physics-based game, busting all these things down, which I think is really nice. Jenga-esque here, but yeah, really satisfying to blow these things up, which I think is always a good thing. You just picked up a present there or something.
It was cash.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm collecting up here in the upper left. Well, on TikTok, you guys can't even see it. It's behind Kevin, but there's a cash count.
Right, okay. And I'm guessing the money can buy us skins or something. But yeah,
I like the ragdoll dude here that falls off the statue.
Very fun indeed. Let's just catch up with the chat on YouTube here. Small feedback would be fun that once you meet the requirement, you smash the gate to access the area. So for the last one, Peter, yeah, that's exactly that. That's a great idea. So potentially it would be great if once you run up to it, like you either bash it down or you rip it open or something. I think that would be really fun and add the smiles to the game. Really nice polished idea. Love the environment and the skybox for this one, I guess.
What's my challenge here? Oh yeah, that's nice. I didn't even notice that. The environment is Pixar here.
Yeah, very cool. Can you change the second button to move? Not even sure what that means. So I like the fact that each environment is themed up. We kind of got this sort of desert-y type vibe on this one.
Right.
The particle effect to spawn in the new objects there is really cool. Really nice way of generating a new model for this level.
Okay, so these red ones are explosive. So if I shoot the red one, it should blow up. Nice.
Oh, okay,
nice.
Nice.
That's a nice little chain reaction you can do there. I like it.
Yeah, it adds a little bit of skill to the game as well. I think it would be nice if that was. Do you like? Is there any benefit of like blowing it up in one?
I think it looks like the cash that we get goes down over time. Like if I don't collect it, at least last time it looked like the value was going down, but maybe not.
Yeah, I think for me that's the only thing I would say for that. It's kind of missing that skill element or something to reward you when you do a good one, because it's kind of difficult to know if you're actually done it well or not.
This is fun. I like this one.
Yeah, it is. I mean, look, you got made Shogun laugh out loud there, so that's impressive. So yeah, it's got that juicy feel. I think the models are really good here, or the objects here, or whatever we're calling the statues. Yeah, I think for me it would be really nice to come up with some sort of
Oh,
textural feedback. Oh, look at that Lego dude. Okay, is this like a bonus round?
yeah, it was challenge. There was a challenge countdown.
Oh,
And
very
the
nice.
challenge ended, but I don't have any. I just have these regular bullets here. They don't. If they're doing anything, it doesn't show that it's doing anything. Can I buy? Oh, buy for 500. Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
nice. Very cool. Which is great because it then gives us purpose for the money that we collect. So we want plenty of money to go into these. It's kind of a shame it doesn't. Look at that. I love that rocket thing. That's really smart.
oh, he's gonna try and get away.
Oh boy. Okay. Oh, this is fun.
This is lots of fun. I like this. Oh, down the
Nice.
head.
One more. So I guess it would be kind of good to have a timer on this as well, wouldn't it? I think you could get a lot more, a lot more, a lot more miles out of this mechanic if you put a timer on that. I think that could be really good fun.
Oh. I love just throwing that guy. It's so much fun.
Very cool. Yeah, so I think for me, there's a few changes I would like to see. I think there's I would like to see some enhanced feedback on how well you've done here. I think a big like a pop up of maybe a percentage or something, or something like like some kind of feedback saying you got it in one shot, or way to go, or complete, or something like that. The other thing I would love to see, as you've got these bricks flying around, I think it'd be really nice if they contain some of the cash that you could then go and collect, rather
That
than
would be fun, yeah.
single pot. I think seeing the money spray out could be really juicy, and you could almost change that up a little bit by having the cash on a timer. So as you blow it up and the cash flies out with the block, so you have to run around and pick it up before the cash disappears. You know, like it flashes
Right.
as it's just about to disappear. I think that would add a little bit more fun to the end of the level, rather than there's just that big pot of cash there to pick up. Any suggestions in the chat for this one? It sure is juicy.
One thing I noticed, I want to test something here. Let's do another one.
I think a level progression meter could go quite well on here.
That would be nice, yeah.
Because I don't know how far you've got till level 3.
Okay, puts out the cash 410. If I keep going, does my cash value go up? Yes.
Okay.
I guess that's... Oh, and then okay, collecting the cash is kind of what resets the level.
Right. Okay. Nice. Oh yeah, each level can have a rating. Destroy everything in one go and you earn 3 stars, in which you can unlock new skins. Yeah, I think for me, I think that it's just the gameplay. I think is great. It's a really nice core loop, really good mechanics, super juicy. I love the physics. A lot of smiles this game. Really good, just good fun to play. I think a level progression meter would be really helpful to see how far you've got to go to the next level. And I think for me, to take it, even if it was a bonus level, I know we've got that challenge mode, but I think it would be really fun, even if like every 5 or so, you did have all the cash exploding and you have to run around and collect it.
Yeah.
I think that would just mix it up a little bit, because it's kind of static, really, isn't it? You pick up the bomb and then you throw it, but you don't really have to move a lot. So I think for me, I would love to see that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Angry Birds. Yeah, it's very much Angry Birds.
The
Angry Birds.
the sound effects at the end is definitely sounds like Angry Birds.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's like Angry Bird meets Jenga for me, which I think is really nice. I think the variety of models or statues is really good.
But
yeah,
yeah, speaking on level progression, like I have this area 3 here. I have no idea what I need to access.
yeah,
that.
that's exactly my point. I think a nice progression bar at the top, just to fill up, to know how far you've got to go on that. I think that would be really helpful. But yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because we don't need anything in the level. When we're looking at some of this stuff, it's just trying to like enhance and expand on what we already have. Especially as these seems to be quite long levels for me, or there seems to be a lot of models per opening up the new level. Oh, what's those new ones there? Have you got enough for those yet? 3,000. Yeah, you got 25.
Yeah, might as well be buying everything.
Yeah.
Oh, now the new area unlocked. Okay.
Oh, that's weird. That was coincidental, maybe.
We're gonna take this magnet here.
Magnet. Oh, look at this. All right.
Oh, and then I have new stuff I can unlock there. What is the? Oh! That's cool.
Okay, that's a curious one. Oh, so maybe that's it then, Shogun. Maybe try and buy all the things and see if the other one unlocks. Look at that. Oh, that's super fun.
Mini nuke.
Yeah, there you go. So the goal of the level is
to unlock all the stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, now that goes into a little bit of. How cool is this?
That was awesome.
I love it. Very juicy. And I think what's really worth mentioning here is the fact that if you've got one of these games, you should go totally OP, shouldn't you? Like they've done. That's a really curious mechanic.
I like the magnet. That's fun.
Yeah, that's really smart.
This game's cool.
Yeah, very cool indeed. I think you're missing a trick somewhere. I think you're missing a trick on the level up the new levels. Oh, I like the palette here. That's way more up my street. I think that's the only thing. Well, I've mentioned the two things. I think the level progression here is a bit weird because we managed to get way too much money.
Right.
Or maybe not now. What's the spring? Okay.
Oh, it like bounces. It turns me into the bomb. Boom.
Okay.
Awesome.
They've had a lot of fun with this, haven't they? Oh, please tell me you got enough for that one.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe that does work then with the level. Very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. All right, Shogun, we got 1 minute too. You want to start wrapping it up today?
Let's wrap it up. I can continue playing this game later.
Yeah. I'm really pleased we stumbled across that one on Destroy Everything. That's a really good game. I think it shows off what you can do on HypeHype as well. And what was interesting on this first game charts for me is there's a lot of diverse games. We get kind of hung up a lot of the time, like Obby this, Obby that. When in fact, when you go through, it's quite a diverse amount of different game types and genres within our top 100.
Right.
And as we saw with the soundboard, you just never know what's going to hit, and it kind of goes back to the philosophy that we say here: just put things out early and test it. And sure, as a solo dev, you're often reluctant to release it early, and it feels a little bit strange when you know it's not finished. But the best, coming from seeing not tens of thousands, but literally thousands of hyper casual games over the years, going through and running the testing, putting it out early and getting initial feedback, you really will start to see, for whatever reason, some games just fly and some don't. And a lot of the time, it's the ones that you least expect will do the best. And those are the ones that you can continue to grow. You just find something that hits a chord with someone, and however ropey or rubbish looking that you think it is, those can often be the gems that you should continue to work on. So as always, just make sure you test early, put it out before it's ready, and try and get some early feedback. And as we saw today, loads of everything's up for grabs in terms of different game styles. And I think just by luck, we managed to cover a good spread of them today. What's your thoughts on your favorite game today, Shogun? I think I've kind of
it's definitely this one.
yeah, I think
we played some good games. I liked a lot of the games we played, but this scratches an itch for me for sure.
Yeah, I think this is just like a pure funsy game, isn't it? You don't have to think very hard. It's really visual, so it's really nice to see they've leaned into the juice here. I think it's super important. I'd love to see a few of the cash differences and all the rest of it, but yeah, let's not harp on about that. So yeah, I agree with you. I think this would have to be my favorite one today. I've not played this game before, but I think they've done so much right here. I kind of want them to zoom out and have bigger things to bust as well. But it's one of those games where I think you could do so much to it without thinking too hard about it. So it's got a ready-made scope built in, which is really good. Good to see. All right, I think that's going to go and start to wrap it up for us today. Hope you enjoyed this new monthly show. Do give us a like and a thumbs up and a subscribe and all the rest of it if you want to see another one next month. That will tell us that you enjoyed it. Or leave us a comment, even better. Leave us a comment on your favorite game today. And we will come back next month and see the difference in the charts. Is there any in the top 10 that we covered this month? Are they still there at the end of September? Is there any newcomers? Do we see any new themes emerging? And of course, we'll be playing a few more. So there we go. With all that said and done, I think that's going to go and wrap it up for me and Shogun today. Shogun, any final thoughts today?
I just wanted to say thank you, everybody, for coming in and hanging out with us, spending a little bit of your day with the two of us, playing some fun games. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, an awesome Friday, an incredible weekend. I will be back here next week with the editor help desk. So if you need some help in the editor, you need to learn how some tools work, that is a great stream to come to and ask questions. We are also next week going to be covering a couple new nodes, the water body node and the notification node. Kind of some new fun stuff you can do with your games. Water body node, very cool. Notification node, pretty useful. Especially if you're doing those like idle style games, really useful. So
right.
Tune in for that. We'll have some cool information, and if you need any help, I will do my best to help you.
Fantastic. I look forward to that as well. Always love learning from you, sir. Give us a thumbs up on the way out, everybody. And with all that said and done, that's going to do it for us today. So thanks again, and we'll see you soon. So adios, I suppose. Ta-da.
Peace out.
We launched creator monetization 1.5 months ago. Let's check some of the best games you've made. You've created astonishing 20,500 games, and by you, we mean 3,765 creators worldwide. Also, your games are better than ever. Our data team shared that average playtime has already increased over 20% and retention almost 50%. Rock Tycoon Idol had the longest #1 streak on top charts. Easy Obby got the most likes, 12,311. And you earned already $30,000 via engagement-based payouts. And now you have the chance to earn more in the $100,000 competition that will run until September 15th. Download HypeHype and make your dream game.